Hey nerds, join us on Discord and hit that subscribe button.
Oh, hi, I'm Flynn.
Sika.
Thessaly.
Alma.
Kellic. And I'm your DM, Seth. Welcome to Venture Forth. When last we left our heroes. After a series of troubling discoveries, you all left Steamstride Landing to make your way to the Monarch's residence, where rooms had been set aside for you, done up with personal touches to make each of you as comfortable as possible before your departure to Addersfeld in the morning. You each explored your rooms, and all except Flynn eventually made their way towards Kellic's room. There, Seeker began identifying the various items left to you by the Fatal Reserve, while Olma promptly fell asleep. Back in Flynn's room, our member of the Ironlight Collective set about getting comfortable in the little slice of home as he crawled into bed and began sorting through the various items within his bags, and proceeded to get lost in some memories. But his reminiscing was interrupted by an intrusion from the Lord of Shadehold, who gently chided Flynn regarding the nature of their partnership, while Flynn found a way to exasperate an archfey.
Yeah, he did.
But, a gentle warning given, Flynn departed his vision with new gifts to add to his ever-growing collection. Seeker found his way to the Queen's chambers, where he gave a princely gift to Queen Isolde in the form of his magical dragon card, Blueberry, and received a handful of gifts in return. And in the process, perhaps, started a mythology that will follow the monarchs of Ondale for some time. Meanwhile, with a snoring child in the middle of his bed, Kellic joined Thessaly in their room. And now, finally alone for a brief moment of respite, the two professed again their feelings for each other, and acted upon said feelings with enthusiasm. Thessaly's rest, however, was also disturbed that evening by a different type of vision.
Also true.
In their dreams, they came face to face with a voice from their past, both recent and far, and found themselves eye to eye with Fenra and the keeper of their oath. And with their promise to bring an end to Vossen and Fane now completed, a new path has been embarked upon by our resident paladin. The following morning, you all awakened, and Olma awakened to a mysterious package from Oakengate Monastery, inside of which a small piece of her history in the form of a memory crystal from Olma's mother and a personal message of love and hope. You all finished breakfast and were preparing to head out for the day when a knock on the door arrived, and Thessaly opened the door to a curious group of figures, the first of which called their attention. So, Thessaly, you see before you, reaching up a hand, a small maroon-skinned goblin, green sort of pixie-cut mohawk, two twin short sword sheathed at the back, covered in like leather armor and a few different bits and baubles. And behind them, you see a collection of other figures as well. As you meet Desriala Althapuk, the First Blade of Ondale. You see over her left shoulder a positively towering figure. You see white fur that is covering a large muscled body, broad-shouldered, over which peeks the handle of a broad greatsword. You see pure white fur and then bright red eyes as that are sort of ensconced in a deep set in a face above which curl two large twisting steer horns. You see a massive albino minotaur behind her, standing at about 7.5 feet tall. Just huge, broad shoulders as he looks down at you.
That's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
The beefy boy.
And you see sort of mirroring him over Dizzy's right shoulder. You see also another broad, imposing figure. You see a full orc standing a few inches shorter, probably at about 7 feet tall, ish, give or take an inch. You see this full orc female woman, the tusks kind of coming up from underneath the jaw. You see a series of kind of tribal tattoos that go along the eyes and across the face, and sort of back onto the sides of a shaved head. There's a series of thick dreadlocks that sort of are curled up and done back in a tight leather cord that hang down the back and drape over this like full resplendent plate mail armor that on it bears the cog and trees of Ondale, sort of emblazoned in the chest piece. And then sort of standing between them, almost directly behind this figure, Disriala, you see a full drow woman. You see like lavender colored skin, deep dark eyes, with sort of a silver white hair that falls down over the shoulders and across like purple robes emblazoned with silver. And one thing that sticks out to you about them is there's kind of like the light seems to kind of dim around them, as if they kind of have this slight aura of darkness. But this Dizzy raises her hand up and finishes her introduction, and she says, "This is Rufus," and she points to the broad minotaur purple, and he goes,
Of course he is.
"Hello, hello, Rufus. Nice to meet you." And then she says, "Glasha," and the full orc woman just nods, doesn't say anything. Glasha.
We have an albino.
Albino minotaur.
Minotaur. We've got a lavender skin.
What's her
Skin
complexion?
drow.
With her complexion,
the orcish. So she
I know
has
she's
like
got tattoos.
yeah, she's got tattoos. This skin itself is sort of a deep, almost like an emerald green, with a slight tinge, like a slight tinge darker, like as if a little bit of gray in that complexion as well. And then very sort of bright, like almost honey-colored eyes that sit in the face. And she carries a full tower shield and a large sword that is also strapped over the back. Let's see. Actually, also, so emblazoned on the shield, you see. Actually, kind of a familiar thing recently. You see two twin eyes, like two turquoise-colored eyes that are kind of emblazoned in the front of the shield.
It's familiar?
You saw it in your dreams last night. Yeah.
That's right.
Real familiar.
Well, this is uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Unfamiliar only to one.
I was like,
what's
what?
going on?
Who dat?
Who dat though?
Now I know. Okay.
So is that something I would recognize then? Is it like a symbol
Actually,
of Fenra?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Fenra is actually some of the gods have like very specific holy symbols, but Fenra is one of the ones that there's like actually kind of a collection of different ones.
Right.
As all of the warriors that represent or worship or venerate Fenra kind of do so in their own ways.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different like the scales, the eyes themselves are very iconic, and then as well as sometimes like just red dragon scales or something like that to represent her draconic heritage. There's a few different ones, but the eyes is like a very a relatively common one.
Okay.
Those like they're like inset with that turquoise that kind of make them look like they're like glowing.
My.
And then finally,
Calm down, Kelly.
she says that's Glasha, and then and she says, and that's Vexra, and she points to the drow who kind of just nods. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and kind of smiles at you.
Hi, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. And I kind of scan and go to see if I should shake hands with everyone and not just Dizzy. Like I'm hesitant. Like I'm like, do I? Does anyone take my hand?
Yeah, like if you kind of go to offer it, yeah. Brutus is the first one, or Rufus, excuse me, is the first one who steps forward. And he's got a fucking huge hand, and he like engulfs your hand and shakes it very enthusiastically.
Definitely. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And they all kind of, so Dizzy just kind of like, can we come in?
Oh, right. And I kind of steal another glance at the shield, and I go, and I just kind of like, yeah, and I open the door all the way. Come on in. Everybody's waiting in here.
Nice digs. As she walks in and kind of looks around the room, you all see this troop as they kind of enter into the thing. Dizzy also has kind of like tucked under her arm. She has what looks like a kind of a large coiled parchment that is like kind of tucked underneath her left arm. But she walks in and kind of looks around admiringly. How about the rest of you? What are your names?
Well, I'm Flynn, fellow Eve.
Flynn.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Dizzy. Call me
Hi.
Dizzy.
How you doing?
Nice. I'm doing well.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm the first blade of
That's
Ondale. And as I understand it, we've got a fucking job to do, huh?
Yeah, we got this. Yeah.
Just a small, just a little errand, really. My
Just a
name's
walk.
Kellic. This is Ulma. No, I've still got my arm
Hello?
over
Oh, yeah.
Ulma.
All right.
Yeah.
Dizzy. Hello, Alma.
Hi.
But like she kind of cocks her head at you, but then just says hi and moves on.
You're a
Doesn't-
group of misfits. Why
trouble
can't
you.
I be a misfit too?
doesn't trouble you much further.
Yeah, hello. I'm Sika.
Sika,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I don't know if you heard. That's Rufus, Dextra, Glasha. They're mates of mine.
Hello.
So, well, we're gonna be leaving soon. Just check a wristwatch, but we gotta leave soon. Getting on in the day, and well, Addersfeld is not faring any better, as a matter of fact. And she rolls out and pulls the parchment out, and she sort of
snap.
just like clears out some space on your guys' where the small table where breakfast has been served, and you see before you kind of a map of Addersfeld that is sort of splayed out. So looks like we're going to be using a teleportation circle or something that you've got.
Yes, it's a bit unusual, but it should get us. We'll go to a sort of hub that we use, and then we should be able to get to Addersfeld.
Kind of a
quickly,
hop
yeah.
skip situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick pause.
And I've been told we can take about 30 of us. Is that right?
However many can, if they're quick on their feet.
All right. Well, I've hand selected everybody that's coming with us. They're among the best that Ondale has to offer. So if we can only take 30, I'd rather send 30 of my best.
That makes sense.
We can trust him.
I do. So.
All right.
Yes, Flynn, we can trust them.
I mean, gotta be careful.
I do wonder. I suppose. Do you have specific instructions as to what you're going to do when you get there?
Yes, I do. And so she says, so we've been getting reports. Some of them are a few hours old at this point, so who knows, information might have changed, but this is what we're looking at. And she sort of spreads it out. And you see before you a map of, like I said, Addersfeld. You see the copper quarter in the north, underneath which is the silver quarter, the city center, and then the gold and steel quarters kind of off to the west, the market district in the southeastern section of the city, and then the slums in the south, and then the sort of entirety of the military district, which, as you know, over the last 30 years has kind of crowded out most of anything except for military in the western part of the city.
Yeah.
She says here, and she points at the southern wall. Apparently, Calder's got some new kind of fuck you weapon that allowed them to breach the walls. So there's a giant breach in the walls of Addersfeld about here. As far as we understand it, the encampment is just outside of that here, and she points just a little far outside of that
Southern wall.
Yeah, of the southern wall. So on the southern wall of the city, she says the breach in the walls is here, and as far as we know, the encampment is here. She said, and then she draws kind of a line roughly through the center of the city. And she's like, these are the rough battle lines. There are pockets all over the city that are fucked, for lack of a better term. There's fighting in the streets, but by and large, we control the northwestern part of the city. They control the southwestern. The bulk of the military district is where they hit hardest and first, and as such, they've taken over most of it, which leaves us in a bit of a tricky position.
This fuck you weapon, arcane, mechanical artifice.
We're not sure. We just know that they blew the fucking walls to hell.
Not comforting.
That's not easy.
So, are we? Well, I don't know how to put this other than we're the agents of repair. We're not soldiers. I don't mean any disrespect by that, of course. And you have your mission, and we're in a bit of a rough spot here. We wish to end the war, not to participate in it. So I guess I just want to get a sense of what the expectation is from us on that front.
Well, understood you're not soldiers, but, well, there's a few different things that we have to contend with. One is that, well, unless you'd like to see Addersfeld fall, today you might be a bit of a soldier. Just saying. That's something you might have to square with, mate, whether you like it or not. But this is what we've been asked of you, or what I know is being asked of you. Get us there, and then I understand that you, my friend, with your pauldron, you got some mates down there?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're holding out, and she points up to the sort of northeastern section of the city and points to where Ironlight Castle. Sorry, northwestern. I keep getting my cardinal directions messed up. Basically, at the border of like the copper and the silver quarter is where the Ironlight Castle is. She says, as far as we know, there's about 750 Ondalian soldiers holed up inside of Ironlight Castle, and it is thankfully far enough out of the way that they haven't suffered the brunt of everything. But the city center, and she rolls down and she says, the Lord's Manor is getting fucking hammered. That's where we're going. As for you, as far as I know, you ought to head to the Ironlight, find out how you can help, and what needs to be done inside the city to ensure it doesn't fall. Sound good? And then she's looking at you, Kellic.
I'm gonna look to the group to kind of just see where everybody, what the attitude is like.
I'll just pipe up. How many soldiers or how many people did you say are in the castle again?
About 800.
800. Do they know how many forces the Caldorian army has?
Yeah, we estimate somewhere in the several thousand. Now, there's other auxiliary soldiers. Addersfeld is well equipped. That being said, a lot of people have perished in these first initial assaults, but there are pockets of the city that are under control of Ondale, pockets of the city that are under control of Caldor.
Do we know of any reinforcements coming from Gambaldir?
Gambaldir, no, but there are reinforcements coming from Hammerhold, and basically, if we can hold out until tonight, we think we might be able to turn the tide. But I will say this. General Iagloom herself is leading the attack. So, if you want your chance to end the war, that might be it.
She's been seen on the front lines?
At the very least, to give us a good bargaining chip against Caldor.
How did this happen?
We don't know. They attacked from the south, which they haven't done before.
Aye. Well, Coldcrest fell. So they must have had some... That has to have helped them stage this.
Yeah.
If we can capture Iron maybe we can stop the fighting.
Capture? Iron
I mean, we're
Yes.
pretty good at capturing people.
We don't have any of those neat tricks anymore.
With the coins.
We can
No, I
get.
think we
We're
should
stopping at the
take it
void.
forward.
Maybe Hayfried's there. We can get more.
Only if Hayfried's back.
I mean,
He
he's
hasn't
made
been
them.
able to make them.
I think...
They're not. Also,
Rope
more
works fine.
people. How many more dangerous people are we going to stick in one place?
I mean,
This is not an insane person trying to bring about the end of the world. This is a leader of an army. The same as the Queen of Andel in many respects. So,
an
it's not the
important piece
same.
off the board is an important piece off the board, though.
right, and well, I'd like as many people as possible to stay on the board, but not have it be a board of war, if that makes any sense.
But
So,
it kind of is.
aye, but does not have to stay that way. That's all.
And we don't have to go in and just kill a bunch of people. I mean,
I won't.
I'll protect my friends. And I'll protect the
My
Ironlight.
concern is civilian lives. I think.
The soldiers aren't. They are there to fight. There are lots of people there who are not there to fight. I don't have a problem taking out a general.
I do. I think
generals are just following orders. Just
Well,
like
that's
everybody
a
else.
good reason.
it's good enough. Life is
Following
important to me.
orders, a lot of good people can die.
We can try and kidnap them. That's obviously
That is my
preferable.
proposal. I mean, they're much more worthwhile that way because if we just kill them, they will merely be replaced.
Yeah.
And also, I thought we hadn't decided who is good and who is bad in this war yet. We are not. Why have we all of a sudden decided there is one bad side and one good
Hold on.
side?
The only
I'm
thing
not-
I've decided is that my friends and the people I care about are in Addersfeld and they're in trouble, and I'm going to help them and keep them
Sure,
alive.
I'm all for helping them.
That's it.
Fine.
I just want to make sure that they're safe, and then that's...
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
We help the Ironlight. I, personally, am for helping those in Addersfeld that we can.
Of course. My primary
If we
motivation.
take the general to the void, or they don't make it out, same thing. They will still be replaced.
No. We won't take them to the void. We'll take them here.
We can take Iron back to Stillgate. That's
Precisely.
where she would
They're a
belong.
criminal-
They can
they're
use
a criminal
her.
of war,
But it doesn't-
potentially.
My point remains, they still get replaced.
If
Not
they're
necessarily.
a hostage...
If they're
yeah.
well, we haven't been part of this war for very long. right? We have a divine
Some of us.
proposal. Do you wish to offer some wisdom then, Thessaly?
No. Sorry, what were you saying?
I merely speak for the agents of repair. I'm sorry. I don't mean to speak for you.
I'm all ears.
I'm just saying, so far, it's been very easy to make decisions because the thing we're trying to prevent is destruction for all people. We don't know who's pulling the levers here. I think it's likely the royal family of Caldor, but it could be the Red Wolves behind them as well. We've just learned of another organization that seems to have nefarious aims across the whole world. Those are the people I'm fine with removing. These people, I obviously understand that there's necessity and you've got to protect your friends, and this is an invading force. None of that is lost on me. I'm just saying, can we consider the strategic options, the ways that get us to the end fastest? Because blood does not.
Yeah.
It does not.
I think we go there, we help our friends, and maybe look for a way to end the war, or at least start a path towards it.
Right.
Whether that's capturing or talking.
If we have to repel the invading force, of course, that's what has to be done. And I sort of give a meaningful look to the First Blade. I understand that. And whether you swing the sword or I, we're giving you the access. We're taking you there. So it's on me as well, whatever goes down from here. But I just want us to make the best effort we can to make the most effective use of our power, which is great.
Also, what we're taking you to this portal, it's not owned by Stillgate or the Queen. So do you guys mind being blindfolded?
Do we have 33 blindfolds?
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be
Someone- I
it's
don't
not
think
going to matter. It won't help them find it in the future.
What do you mean it won't help them fight it in the future?
Well, they certainly know where this circle is.
Well, we'll be teleporting to the circle and then from the circle to another circle, so it's not like they're going to go outside anyway. So,
But they'll know where the circle is.
well, this is us
But I think
trusting
we
them.
have enough sway at this point to protect the circle.
They
And we're
won't.
putting it
But
to
we have
good
to
use for
protect
good
Hayfried.
things.
They won't know how
It's
to
his
use it, will they?
circle.
That's what I mean.
I don't know.
We'll be able to protect Hayfried
There's
by
probably
protecting.
some countermeasures Hayfried can take to make sure no one besides us can activate it. I don't know how it works, but I don't think it's worth the trouble.
Hayfried said not to bring anybody in, that he didn't want us to bring in, so I'm just
Hayfried
trying.
said
I
a
mean,
lot of things that
Ship,
we have
You
ignored.
don't
Yes,
make a good
it's
point.
true.
I'm just
Maybe
trying
you
to
could
help.
not look away while we do the stuff.
It's just a bit delicate. It's a neutral zone.
I'll have everybody close their eyes.
Thank you, Dizzy. You're very kind.
Of course.
Right. What
Go
do we
ahead.
do now?
I understand you're not a soldier. I understand none of you are. That being said,
I just put a hand on Thessaly's shoulder, if they'll let me.
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people dying, and at the end of the day, if Caldo hadn't attacked, that wouldn't be the case. That's about as much as I need to know. So, this is a step on the way to ending the war. Call it that. Makes you feel better.
Aye.
Doesn't make me feel better, but it's necessary. So, let's do it.
All right, let's get our things. Let's get going.
As we sort of DM real quick,
Yeah.
because I have no doubt that I heard of Ire Gloom in my time. What was conveyed to me via Vossen or Svara about maybe her personality? Like, did Vossen think she didn't get enough done? Did he I'm sure, I don't know. I'm just curious if I got any of that.
If anything, Vossen thought Iregloom was too soft.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
Well, yeah, because
he's fucking ruthless.
And she's a being.
Yeah. Iregloom is a consummate soldier. Follows orders. What would you know? What would you have heard? Iregloom is actually relatively venerated in the Caldorian military. Has a code by which she operates. Has brought up soldiers on tribunal for like really heinous war crimes that have been committed by Caldorian soldiers. And has like personally seen to the discharge or execution of people who went against the codes of Caldor and the way that they do warfare. She's a polarizing figure.
Sure.
But has a code by which they abide that they do not budge on, and that frustrated Vossen a lot.
And skilled military commander, I'm guessing. Like
Yeah.
also,
Oh,
so
incredibly
can't really
skilled.
speak against anything she's doing because she's doing it well.
Yeah, she's a brilliant tactician. And actually, Thessaly would have heard or picked up in their initial days with Vossen that the attack that he led on East Haven was not sanctioned by Iregloom, and he got into that almost ended his career. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Vossen was frustrated by the leash that Iregloom kept on him.
Doesn't have to worry about it
That's what I
anymore.
was wondering because like she outranks
Also,
him. So.
maybe one of the only people that Vossen was actually respected, and I don't know if Vossen was really afraid of anybody, but if he could be said to be afraid of somebody,
It would have been.
Iregloom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's who we're going to fight.
And interestingly enough,
Or not fight.
and maybe not, and not because of ability, but because of the loyalty she commands.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense,
Absolutely. He wasn't stupid, so he would know that like the consequences of
exactly.
Yeah. someone with that much sway, someone with that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. So that is all. That is all what Thessaly kind of knows and has their internal monologue about.
Yeah.
When discussing the subject of Iregloom.
Okay.
But you guys all kind of pack up your things and make your preparations. As
Two
you,
quick
Yeah, go
points
for
of
it.
order on that, packing up the things.
Mhm.
Did we get another diamond from the queen?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
funny you should mention
Oh,
that.
okay.
So as you guys are kind of preparing to leave, you hear another kind of gentle knock at the door. And if someone opens it, it is Jordan, the same palace palace employee who's been helping you out this entire time.
Yeah. His clothes have gotten considerably nicer.
He's freshly
Yeah, he got a new shirt.
freshly
Yeah.
crisp. Yeah, he's all crisped up, hair's all done
He's got
back,
a new haircut.
clean shaven.
With a hot fade.
Yeah. But bring and actually has what is a small chest in his hands. I have come with some items to give to you before you depart. This was Queen Stolde sends this to you as a package of aid before you depart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
And then just turns around and
Nice
leaves.
haircut.
Hold on.
Seeker,
One moment.
Seeker,
Yes,
just let him go back to his duties.
I'm going to. A piece of platinum floats over to Jordan.
Seeker, it's not candy.
It's also really not necessary.
And giving it away like ink.
I am well paid,
Do you want
but
some
I'm
ink?
grateful. Thank
You
you.
used to never give it going like that. I don't know what's
I
come
take
over you
That's
lately.
what I'm
my bag.
saying.
I toss it to him as well.
Not that you don't. You
Good
we
luck.
have been poor for
We
so
belong.
Let's go.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah.
I do hope you return and your rooms will be ready when you do.
Thank you, Jordan.
We'll be there when we get there.
Maybe. Not if you keep spending it like you are.
Almost spend your money how you want.
Maybe
Goodness.
if when we were poor, people gave us money, then we would have been less
It
poor.
all comes back
I
around.
don't think you
know?
have to give him a platinum every time you see him, though.
I don't
We're
have
probably
to,
not gonna
but,
see him
if I
again.
want to, I can.
If you want to, you're absolutely right. I have no control over your actions.
What's in the package?
I don't know.
Open it.
Platinum.
Let's open. Okay.
What if it was?
Okay.
Just 3 pieces of that.
Stop giving Gordon money.
Oh, that would be so funny.
A note.
I open the chest.
Okay.
What do I see?
So you see a series of things. You see a bunch of vials, 5 of which have a sort of bright red liquid in them. These are 5 greater healing potions.
Oh.
Nice.
And
I'll start handing them out.
you
One
see,
for you, one for you,
and then you see 3
2
additional
for me.
vials.
No, just like one for you.
You're hilarious.
One is a bright yellow liquid that is like kind of like almost like vibrating inside of the vial. One is like a deep orange, and as you look at it, you see that there's like something kind of floating in there.
Okay.
And then
Do I recognize either of those?
I'm not sure. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Arcana. Ooh,
Arcana.
that's an 18 on the dice. With so that's a 21.
21. The third vial, I think you recognize.
Okay.
Because it looks empty.
Oh.
But as you pick it up, it has the weight of liquid inside of it.
Mm.
It is a potion of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The other 2, you'd probably have to
Do some.
well, actually, Jordan could just tell you, or
sure.
well, Oma, or you're familiar with potion making, right?
A little bit.
Like
I
you've
am,
done some?
yeah, I try.
Okay, go ahead
I
and-
like the potion making.
Yeah, go ahead and
I enjoy
roll a
it.
potion making check, and because you're proficient, you can roll at advantage. So, what is your potion making check usually? Is it a spellcasting check with proficiency?
I don't know if I've done one.
Oh, okay.
Or it's been a while.
Or it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often make. I have like books on my potion making.
Cool.
So that I read fairly regularly.
Okay. Usually, like alchemist supplies or potion making is intelligence mod, and then if you have proficiency, you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So roll a d20, add your intelligence mod and your proficiency bonus for me. You can do it at advantage because you're familiar.
I think it's good.
Nice.
It looks pretty good.
No, that's not the kitty cat. 25.
25. That's pretty good. As you look at the 2 other vials, the yellow liquid, the bright yellow that is kind of like almost vibrating in the thing, this is a potion of speed. It grants the drinker the benefits of the haste spell for 1 minute.
We love that.
Sans concentration. And then
Wow.
the other,
Haste for 1 minute.
you see, haste for 1 minute with no
Does it
concentration.
still have the
They have the
exhaustion?
consequences.
Yeah.
It does.
Pretty sure it does.
At the
Okay.
end of the minute,
Yeah.
At the end of the minute, you still suffer the thing, or if it gets dispelled, you still suffer the same
Gotcha.
effects.
Got it. Cool.
And then the final potion, the orange one, is a potion of fire giant strength.
Wow.
We.
Wow.
For how long?
I believe it's an hour.
Wow.
Is that 23? What is it? What's fire?
25.
25? Okay.
25.
Right. Hailstone fire.
1 hour.
Yeah.
And then there was also 3
Wow.
potions of healing, it looked
No,
like.
there's one
5.
for each.
There's one for each
one
one.
for each.
And do we
Of
know
greater.
it was greater? Thank you.
Yeah, greater.
Whoa. So I look at them and I shake them a little bit. I look at the viscosity, and the color, and I open it up and I smell it a little bit.
Oh,
Close
careful,
it.
Oma.
Don't tell me what to do. This one, this yellow one, this one, will do kind of like what Destiny does when they move really fast, and they can do lots of things. Like when we were in the book and you were able to go so far and like all the way across.
I
things.
cast haste on myself. So
yeah,
it's
so
that,
that's
but
what
in a
this will do.
gotcha.
You'll still be tired after, I think, though.
I always am. So
And then this one, this orange one. This one's really cool. It'll make you very, very, very strong.
Oh.
It's kind of like
How strong?
Destely's belt, except stronger.
Oh.
really?
Yeah, it's like a fire giant.
Cool.
Oh.
So it'll make you as strong as them.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, they broke through the ground.
Oh, and this one that looks empty, it's not
What
empty.
did you-
It's invisibility.
Oh.
Oh.
Right. I take
So-
an empty vial out of my bag. This one too is.
Oh, goodness.
So I guess like
Don't get him.
this one will it'll only make you strong for an hour, which might help a lot in the fight. But I guess maybe Flynn, would that make the most sense for you to have that?
Maybe. I mean, either me or Thessaly, maybe.
Which one?
I have my belt. You can take the potion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you take this and then Thessaly, why don't you? Do you want to take? Does it make sense for you or Kellic or Seeker to have
The
haste?
haste potion? Oh, goodness.
Maybe
Mm.
Gaelic. I don't know.
So that you don't have to like stay focused
Feel
on
that
it.
it's very situational.
We could
We
just,
can
Where
decide
did
it
this
at
come in
the
handy?
moment.
Well, I should give it to somebody for now.
do you want
so
to hold the invisibility?
Sure.
I feel like Ulma should get the invisibility
Well,
potion.
she's got the
She can
cloak.
already
I have cloak.
do that.
Oh, but then, well, okay.
But then
So
what?
maybe you should get the invisibility
But I can
potion.
do
Yeah,
that.
you go-
I can
yeah.
do that too.
He can.
But
He
it's a
can also-
spell, right? So doesn't that...
True.
I don't know how
I
your
mean,
spells
Kellic,
work,
you
so
could-
I don't...
It'd be
I
nice
think
to
it
keep
makes
you
sense
safe.
actually because then you
Right.
don't have to focus on the spell and you can
Do other stuff.
do other stuff with your sword.
Huh. Okay.
Does it work like the normal spell where it'll
Probably. I think so.
so even if you hit it'll go away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if you
but
make yourself known once
If you make
it...
yourself known, yeah.
Oh.
Pretty
well,
much once you do that.
It might be good for
Right.
like Kellic because then if he gets in trouble, he can use it and then run away or
To
get
get
to a
out.
better location.
Yeah, that might be better for you.
It'd be nice.
Invisibility
It'd
and...
be nice to have an option. If
You
I
keep
have
us alive. I would
Yeah.
like you to
a
be
guy
alive.
with a glaive in front of me, for example.
Exactly.
So you could do that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Um,
And then we'll do the
God,
haste
I
one
hate that
whenever.
glaive.
mm.
Yeah, Desley, why don't you hang on to the haste?
I'll hang on to...
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna use it,
yeah,
so
it'd be me or you or maybe
or
Seeker.
Kellic or
Yeah.
Seeker.
We're probably all going to
It
be
could
near
be any
Thessaly.
three of us. I'll hold on to it. That's a good point.
Right. Well done. Good job diagnosing all that.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
you.
Impressive.
I think there's like a. Well, we'll see if it's there when we get there. Is there anything else in the
Yeah, was there anything else?
chat?
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, you see 2 diamonds.
2 diamonds.
I think I'll take one.
Why are you
Here you
taking
go.
one?
Well,
I think
Thessaly
I can
maybe
have
holds
one also because
Desley,
I
you
can
still
also...
have the dust though, right?
Oh, I do still have the dust. So, Kellic, if you want both, that might be okay.
All right. I'm happy
what-
either way.
Wait, we just need the essence of a diamond. I mean, I don't think it matters if it's dust, or my understanding is it's about the value
I don't
of
know.
the thing that I'm using.
I don't know how to use that.
Well, you don't know because it's so if one of us goes down
Right.
and is near
What
death.
I did for the lady in the
Right.
chamber.
So you
Right.
can use either a whole diamond or the
Yesterday.
dust to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I think we're fine.
So you can hold both.
Right.
We're not gonna have to use them, right?
No.
No, we'll be fine.
And healing isn't my forte anyway. It's just it happens.
You
But
do a very good job for that.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Felix is probably alive because of you and you.
that was a combined effort.
Toughness.
I think it was me.
Okay. Should we?
Yeah, I
Head
mean, I
out.
packed everything up. I'm ready to go.
So, second point of order. Did I get a little helmet for Nalthane?
Oh,
Did I get left in my room?
yeah.
You
That's
did.
right.
Because I don't need to role play anything. I just want to make sure I have it in my bag.
Jordan,
We're going to the
Jordan
void.
delivered that. Yes,
Hell
Jordan
yeah.
delivered
He's not
that.
in the void though.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
Okay,
we'll,
so
we'll
we could
throw it in the void.
Leave it in the
there.
void and then yeah.
Or we can put it in like a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Like
But
Flynn has right.
Either
whatever
way.
Yeah.
you decide to do with it,
That's-
that was delivered to you by Jordan as well.
Mhm.
That is also in the chest.
I would just, hand
Put it
that
in the
to
bag of
Flynn.
holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll try it on.
Is it-
Yeah.
That's not for you,
Flynn.
Flynn.
Metal arms, shoot.
You don't
And
need
don't
that.
use that potion to impress Dorkal, all right? Use it if you need it.
Fine. I take the helmet off and I put it in the bag.
Awesome.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so you have a Steam Stride Warden, a halfling sized Steam Stride Warden helmet inside of
That's
your.
so
Put
fun.
it on. Does it do anything? Do I see better? Do I see like what happens? I don't know if anything
Do you?
does.
I mean, like.
I was just wearing it for a little bit.
So you just put it on?
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, do you try to mess with it a little bit?
I would probably just like touch some things. I'm not trying to
Okay.
break it, but I'll
Yeah.
play with it a little bit. Trying to like lift the visor. and stuff.
Yeah. Well, as you go like to try to touch the visor, there's not one there. Like the visor's like not that visor.
Ow.
And then if you keep messing around with it, eventually you do find a little button on the side of the helmet, and the visor comes down. Your vision like kind of clears, and you can see deeper into the shadows of the room than you could before.
Oh.
Ooh.
borrow this? Can I borrow it?
Flynn.
It's got to go to
No, you're right,
eventually. But well,
Well, I'll
might
have
be a
it-
minute before we get there.
Worst case scenario, I know it's in the bag, and if I need to see in the darkness, I can save my life. Is that okay?
I think that would be grand.
All right. I don't
For
want
you to
distract you,
save your
though,
life.
so I'll put it in the bag for now, and I'll.
Just want to help the lad adjust.
No, I think it's a great idea for now, Thane.
Well, we can maybe get a second one. I'm just saying. When we come back.
Oh my god.
Yes. Dizzy, we're ready.
Right. And so she like packs up, rolls the mat back up, tucks it back under their arm, and you guys all together walk out with them and sort of exit the Monarch's residence. As you guys are leaving, you kind of cross along the hallway and get to the entryway, where you see that the queen is sort of sitting there, like hands folded. She's talking to a few different people, what look like attendants and things like that. And one immediately like takes off running, and then the other one takes off running a short time later. She's just like sending missives and things like that. But she kind of clocks you, the group of you, the troop walking down the hall, and kind of just looks at you guys real quick as you approach. And hello, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that the things I sent will be helpful during your guys' journey.
Super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for the letter. You.
You're welcome. Come back.
Oh, we'll try. As long as we're alive.
That's the plan.
We will.
We will.
Good. And she ascends the stairs and leaves with a brief nod to seek her before she takes off.
Not back.
You guys exit the Monarch's residence, and as you guys come out into the sort of the yard, you see a big group of people who are standing there. You see this kind of a mismatch of a bunch of different folks. You see people who are everybody's dressed in some form of armor or another. Everybody's very well equipped, very well outfitted. But you see just like a really interesting group. You see humans, half-elves, you see a couple of dwarves in there, even a tiefling off in the corner with like what looks like red wings kind of tucked across the back. You see just like a very interesting assortment of people, all of which are battle-hardened, ready to go. They have like small packs over the shoulder, everybody's bearing weapons, and they're all kind of like standing in loose formation.
Are there any halflings?
There are, yeah.
Cool.
There's two halflings and two gnomes. The
cool.
two halflings look wildly different. The two gnomes look exactly alike. You're like, oh, those are twins. Like, they are very clearly related.
I call
Yeah.
the halflings and the gnomes, and I kind of smirk
Yeah.
and smile.
But as you come up, they all kind of like stand up a little straighter at the arrival of all of you, and Dizzy does not like. There's no preamble. She says, "All right, let's go," and everybody just kind of like parts, and you guys make your way out, and you hear the boots kind of like behind you as you all make your way out of the Monarch's residence and towards the Athenium Arcanum. You navigate through the city. A lot of like people like stop and look and like part the way as you guys are passing through. There's not much like fanfare or anything, but people like just kind of are like, what the fuck is going on?
Has word like gotten through the city that Hattershold was attacked, or?
As you kind of walk through the morning, it doesn't take an insight check. There is a quiet dread that is hanging over the atmosphere through the city. People are quiet. It is like, and people watching you go are like, there's a combination of some who are like, what's going on? But they're mostly younger people. All the older people are like
get
they
it.
know what's
They
up.
know.
They know what's happening.
Yeah.
Where you guys are probably headed.
Yeah, if we're walking and if I catch eyes with anyone, I'll just kind of like give them a reassuring nod and just like a.
Cool. You see a few kids like who smile at you when you do it, and they're like tugging, like, "Oh, did you see that?"
Some of my sword.
Yeah. Wow. Like one kid's eyes are like.
Biggest eye roll.
Yeah.
that I give.
Like hair is getting tussled
Yeah.
by my mage hand, like as I'm seeing kids, and I'm like,
Awesome. But no, the kid is like, and then you just hear like the trailing of like, "Mom, wait, can I get one of those?" But you all make your way into. It's like absolutely not.
no.
Yeah. That wasn't a child, dear. That was a man. Just a very wee man. He's a very wee man. But
That's funny.
That is funny.
you guys are walking up. Actually, at one point during the journey, Rufus, the big minotaur, does kind of like try to strike up a conversation with you.
Oh.
So, you are a warrior.
Yeah.
I have learned hard way not to underestimate these little people. Dizzy kicked my ass first time we met. Good to have you.
Thank you. Your name? What was your name again?
Rufus.
I'm Flynn.
Flynn. Nice to meet you, Flynn.
Stay close. I'll keep you safe. I'll lift my hand up for a fist bump.
Okay, big guy. And he
Yeah.
fist bumps you. But you guys kind of like banter as talk.
I'll try to like little like movements and like forms and how do you use that big weapon and like all that kind of stuff.
Muscles.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
But
I might have to try it out. I got a potion that might,
But you guys eventually find yourselves going through. It appears that word has gone ahead. So there are students who also are kind of like just like pausing in their studies to watch this group as they make their way into the Athenaeum. And you guys mount the stairs, find your way up to the teleportation circle. You see the tower with the crystals around it that are sort of subtly glowing the same dim purple. And you find yourselves at the teleportation sigil. And Dizzy kind of reaches up or looks up at all of you guys. Which one of you is going to turn this on?
Point to Kellic.
Right.
Oh.
I ruefully nod. And,
I think I might be able to help though, but I feel like you did most of the work last time.
um,
It
I
was
think
kind of
it's
hectic.
always you.
Really?
Yeah. Normally.
I'm just thinking of when we were in that Underdark. We were all kind of just like hectically.
That was just panic across
there
the
was
board.
no
I don't-
Well, normally you pull the
organization
levers.
to that circle.
We were
But I
just
don't
trying
start
to
the-
move the rune. Anyway, I thought
Yeah.
you know how to do
The
it.
rune's already in place.
Well, the
here,
levers
so-
just like pull
Yeah.
open the door, and then it brings us down to.
Oh.
I can.
How long we got to?
I think I.
We got it.
There's no
Right, but everyone here doesn't know how this works. So how long do we have to get in?
Seconds.
Before we start, everyone will be inside the circle.
Great. You heard it? And everybody like kind of
Yeah. This one's not underground. This one's just on like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one's
yeah.
on
It's
stairs.
like in a
Normally
tower.
doing the I wasn't really doing. I was doing the pulleys to open the
The
door.
police also suck us away usually because the
don't remember.
runes are only done if the reason Kellic had to do the runes in the Underdark was because he was using a teleportation
different.
circle that
That
wasn't
was-
ours.
that
It
was
was an
what I
hour
remember.
mechanism.
The floor
Yeah.
Open the floor.
Hours and so
Yeah.
the
This just
This-
pull the lever.
the lever.
And then it's open for 6 seconds because it's a teleportation circle,
Okay.
so they're open for 6 seconds. As many people as can get in.
Right.
It's a 10-foot radius glyph, I believe. So you can fit most of everybody, but there is like a group that's kind of like
They're
off to
open,
the
so they
side.
can kind of step
And so,
in.
like, there's just a brief logistical coordination of like, you guys are gonna come in once it lights up, basically.
Yeah.
So there's like a little kerfuffle as you guys like do all that. But eventually, everybody's like set. The people are in the things. Like everybody's kind of shoulder to shoulder, nice and tight, to fit as many people as you guys can. And
Activate the sucker, yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
You hear this sort of arcane crackling as the circle flares to life, and in a flash of vibrant purple, you guys feel that twisting sensation as your vision goes purple-white, and then suddenly the contact of the ground again, like underneath your feet, as you feel the familiar sensation of teleportation magic, and you see around you the infinite goopy
The
void.
goopy void.
We're not there yet. Just stay put.
Hit stop.
And
Should we take a quick team huddle?
no,
could we-
we should go right away.
We don't want to try to talk to Siren and see what's going on in
Well,
No, we want to go right now.
I think
We
we
don't
got
want to
to-
leave them in the.
Speed.
well, we were gonna use the mirror to check in. We
That's
could use
what,
it.
that's what I was wondering.
Just know what we're getting into. That'd be
Oh,
smart.
check out this field.
Yeah, to check in with Zorkel.
That might be a better idea.
They just say the information's a couple hours old. That might not.
It might be good to get an update
To
before
know
we
what
jump
we're
in.
what we're landing in.
Yeah,
And we're
Dizzy?
just gonna have these 30 people stand here in the
Don't
center.
move.
I think that's fine. They're on a platform that they
Yeah.
can't get to.
Where
otherwise.
are they going to go?
They all they try to spread out on the platform a little bit just because they're all like, but they stay put. And Dizzy does the same. So yeah,
Dizzy,
they,
would it be beneficial to get an update
I just
from
don't know.
Outersville?
They're not where we're going to land, so I don't know how useful that information is going to be.
What do you mean?
We know they're besieged. We're going to land outside of where they're besieged. What are they going to be able to tell us besides what's on the other side where they
Fair.
are.
Well,
I
it
know.
would be nice to
going
have
to be in a different
confirmation
spot.
that they are still there.
In the time, we can try. I don't need to. Flynn, do you want to take the lead? Do you want to talk to Zorkol or Sarah?
I don't know Siren as well. I know Zorkol, but
No,
And Zorkol
We're
the one
going to
that's-
Adderfeld. I don't.
it would make more sense
No,
to
yeah,
talk
let's
to
not-
Addersfeld
Yeah.
than Westreach right now. If we talk together.
I might actually want to talk to someone else.
What?
Maybe you can talk to Zorkol.
We can only talk to one person.
Well, I can
The,
magically contact
don't know.
Zorkol.
Who
but
do you
this
want to
is-
talk to?
the other person's here.
What
We don't have time for that, Flynn.
person here?
Flynn, we've got to go to. You
Oh,
want to save
wait,
your
you mean-
people in Addersfeld.
Hold on 1 second.
Don't tell me to hold on. We have an army here
Yes.
that needs to go to Addersfeld.
I'm just looking at Kellic like with a.
What do you hope to gain here, Flynn? Because I agree with Elma on this. The city's burning, and we're trying to stop.
You're
that.
the ones who are upset and want to go kill Caldorians.
I did not say anything like that.
All right. Okay. Flynn, does this need to happen?
What do you think? Flynn?
Now your people are in danger.
Is
I
there a
understand
strategic
wanting.
advantage to what you want to talk
Yes.
about here, Flynn? That's all.
I mean,
Because I want to help you.
I know we were talking about redemption and I mean, I think
You want to let him out?
I'm.
he is a great warrior. And if
You
you
want to make right now the decision whether or not the one who killed a bunch of Ironlight Sentinels. You
I'd
want
like to
take
talk
him?
to him, Oma.
You want to take him to the
I walk away
Ironlight.
from Oma.
Okay. Cool.
Who are we? Oh.
All right.
I just put my hand on Feslish.
All right. So, you walk away.
I just walk
Well,
away.
Yeah.
how far are you walking away? Because there are no things
I'll
right
call
now.
the platform down and walk away.
Don't walk away from me, Flynn. We have to go. Flynn, we have to go to Addersfeld to save your people.
All right.
Okay. You just ignoring her?
Kelly,
Yeah.
I want to go. Let's go. We have this army here. Let's go.
We have to stick together, Elma.
We can't go without him.
He can't just walk away and pretend like he won't listen to us.
Flynn, I do think this is ill-advised. What?
You get to make all the decisions on your own all the
Oma,
time.
could you please stop yelling at me? Please. I do not appreciate it. Please. I would like to talk this out and not get yelled at.
What's the plan here, Flynn? Chath has a glorious bloody victory in Addersfeld,
No.
and then we forget
And
his
then
crimes?
he goes to kill a bunch more Ironlight Sentinels.
No. I just want to know what. Maybe he has information. And also, it opens up a cage.
I
We
want
don't-
that too, Flynn.
Whoa,
But
whoa, whoa.
I think it's not a good time.
You want to bring Chath with us?
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I just.
Flynn, Chath killed. I don't have to tell you this. You know what he did.
I know, and I'm not saying I forgive him.
It's not about forgiving. If we go into a war zone with someone who already has a vendetta against people you care about, he might just see that as an opportunity to kill them.
And we don't know that unless I talk to him.
I think we do. He made it pretty clear.
It was.
He made it very clear that he was ready
we
to kill
haven't talked to
you.
him in a while.
He made it clear that he was ready to kill
I just
you.
don't know.
I just
He
want to.
definitely made that clear.
Well, he said he wouldn't kill Flynn, just to be
I just
specific.
want a moment.
You want to? Okay, I just want to pitch this to you. What if the moment you take with Chath now, who isn't going anywhere, is the moment that a blade gets run through Zorkol's heart?
You
Right,
have
we
real
live with
friends
that?
in Addersfeld who have not betrayed you.
Who needs you now?
We took a nap. We slept last night.
We
Why
slept
didn't we go
because
last
we
night?
needed energy to be able to fight adequately.
This portal wasn't open until this morning.
We couldn't
have
travel
gone.
this fast.
We could not have traveled.
We can go now.
Flynn. He will be here.
He's not going anywhere.
He'll have a chance to redeem himself. There will be many battles more to fight. And real monsters to slay.
Fine.
I'm sorry, Flynn.
Don't say anything else.
Do you walk back or are you still?
I'm just standing wherever you guys are yelling at me. So I'm just standing there.
Okay.
Waiting.
Shall I reach out to Zorkol? Is that what we've agreed is the strategic move here?
It just
Do
seems-
we think it will help? Do we think it will be of strategic advantage?
Dizzy, would you like an update on what things are looking like in the city right now?
Sure.
I'll step off the platform, stride over to the mirror, pull it down, channel Zorkal.
You go to the mirror,
Yep.
and a moment passes before the mirror itself kind of swirls, and then you see like it's almost nausea-inducing because like your perspective is like
Sword
moving
again.
constantly. And you hear like grunts of effort and screams and yells as Zorkal appears to be like, you see sunlight and like you see bright flashes of orange, and just like the sounds, the din of battle kind of
Yeah.
going on. So yeah, do you like call?
So yeah, I'm assuming I'm in his sword. Is that
Mhm.
I'm able to put that together?
Yeah.
I mean, I will wait till it seems like he's not like mid-swing.
Yeah. So you
kind of interrupt.
you kind of wait, and it's not long. It's like 5 or 6 seconds before like you just like suddenly like it's straight up, and then like it slows down just a little bit, and then like it kind of comes up, and then your vision kind of tilts upwards as it goes from horizontal to vertical, and then it's just fuck, and you hear his voice as he kind of a moment of stillness in whatever he's doing,
Zorkal,
and
it's the sword again. Sorry.
and you see as the sword turns, and
Oh God.
and the blade is kind of there, and you see Zorkal. He is covered in sweat. There are like some just like kind of ash. You see kind of ashes like falling behind him, and just generally it's a little dark just in the general area, and yeah, you can see he's there, and he appears to be an Iron Light. So, but he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, Kellic, what?"
We're on our way to you now, but we wanted to get a quick assessment of what the situation is like there.
All right. We've just repelled the most recent attack. Everything is fine right now, but there are wyverns dropping fire in the city.
Oh. That's
I don't know how much longer we can hold out.
Hey, all right.
Yay.
Okay. And do you know the condition of Aiken's residence?
Last I heard, they were holding,
Okay.
but they're getting it worse than we.
Right. Okay. Any eyes on Iregloom?
The only thing we know is her encampment is south of the city. We do have scouts. There is Captain Unkar, a member of the Ondalian military. He is here, leading the soldiers. And his breath, he kind of like, and his like breath calms as you see him take a second wind. He says, Captain Unkar does have some scouts who are bringing us information. There are a few changing variables, but we're holding out.
And do you know anything of the weapon that was used to breach the walls?
We've been trying to find it, but we don't know where it is. We think it's being held somewhere in the city. What
So
remains of them?
They may use it again.
That is our fear.
Right. Well, we're going to come to you, Zorkal. We're bringing an Ondalian force. Don't know their plans exactly, but the Agents of Repair will be with you.
Wonderful. Good to hear it. We'll make sure we're ready for when you get here.
Good. Anyone else want to say anything to Zorkal before we go?
While that was happening, I actually wanted to see if I could go talk to if Flynn would be receptive to me.
Yeah, so we'll pivot. Is Flynn going anywhere?
No, I was just standing there in earshot, maybe that I could hear
Okay.
what was going on, just to make sure I know he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you hear his voice.
But yeah, just keeping my distance from the
Okay.
party.
Cool. All right.
When Kellic, when he shouts that out real quick, should we go to them or to the other side that's having trouble?
Well, it depends on what our goal is here, Seeker. I think we should probably focus on finding that weapon to stop it from being used again. But the Ironlight Castle's a decent staging ground for whatever our plan is, and we may as well shore that up.
And the queen told us to go to the Ironlight Castle while these guys were gonna go to
Yes.
the south.
Yes.
Yeah, the information that you guys do have is it sounds like Dizzy and her unit, as well as most of the bulk of the soldiers, is heading towards the Lord's Manor because they're getting the worst of it at the city center. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you're able to approach Flynn. I don't
Yeah,
know
as soon
what-
as Kellic went, I was going after Flynn.
Mhm.
If he even looks at me.
not looking at you, but I don't walk away.
Flynn.
Yeah.
I know. Weirdly enough, I do know how you feel, and you can take that however you want. But I need you to understand that battles like these are won in seconds. I know you don't consider yourself a soldier, but you're about to find out what that looks like. And as someone who has lost everything, I would hate for you to find yourself in the same position because you spent 5 minutes talking to a man who betrayed everything you've trained for. I don't say this to try to parent you or to try to reprimand you. I say this because I have immense empathy for something you might undergo very soon.
I know. I know it's not probably the best idea. And it's not like I even want to, but he's still my friend. He was.
Right. And I don't think that that's going to change. But he's not the one in danger of getting blown up right now.
I feel like he just deserves to know, you know. I mean, he did all those things because he cared about the Iron Light, right?
I look and a look of incredulity kind of crosses my face. Does Flynn really believe that? I'm asking.
I look very confused.
Flynn. I can't claim to speak for what goes on inside of Chat's head, but my answer after seeing what I saw would be a resolute, resounding no.
I
He
don't...
would have killed Kaylin.
I don't know.
Maybe he hesitated for you, but he would have killed Kaylin.
He could have killed Kaylin. He was holding her hostage and didn't kill her. And I'm not saying that that's the answer, but I'm just saying I'm confused. We've done so much wrong. I don't know what's right anymore.
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you that there are at least 2 friends, if not more, sitting in Addersfeld right now who could die. And trying not to be selfish here, but I wish I had had a contingent of 30 trained soldiers to come in and save the people that I lost.
I know, and that's why I'm not talking to him, okay?
All right.
Just need a minute.
All right, that's fair. Would you like to be alone?
Yes.
Understood.
And, thank you for talking to me.
I'm always here for you, Flynn.
I just feel like everyone else yells at me, so it's just
Well,
nice.
I think that is a byproduct of... We can have a group conversation about that later, but I grew up with a lot of younger siblings, so yeah. A lot of younger siblings.
Yeah, only child, so, yeah.
Well, you met Salix, so... I just give him a big, like a hearty pat on the back.
Oh, God, is all of my sister?
That's funny.
Just putting that together.
I'm just blinking. But I will let him have his moment of peace and contemplation and walk back to the group.
Okay.
Any takers? All right, Zarkal, we'll see us shortly.
See you soon. And the connection winks out. You guys, I mean, that conversation kind of happens simultaneously. You hear the any takers.
Could
and
we
then,
hear what was being said? Like,
Nah,
no?
I don't
Okay.
think so. You guys are able to finish things up, and you head over to the other platforms.
Yep.
Kellic, any updates?
Zarkal thinks whatever weapon they used to breach the wall, they might use again.
Oh no.
Iragloom has a camp to the south. That's how they know they haven't seen
Outside
her
the city,
otherwise.
though?
Yes.
Right,
But
okay.
she may still be in the city. There's
Okay.
say based on their
But
information.
the camp.
What are the biggest
camp
threats
itself.
right now? Are there any big threats?
Well, whatever thing they used to break the wall is a big threat. There's wyverns dropping fire.
What?
Also.
There's... What?
Little miniature dragons, wyverns.
No, I know what a
Did
wyvern
you
is.
guys know about? Did Disney,
saying
did
much
you know
else,
about wyverns?
When you say that, the eyes go wide, and she's like, "Fuck."
What does that mean, Dizzy?
It means that they have a wool rivaling unit.
That's not good.
Well, I like raise my hand. I'm like, I can fly, so I can help with that.
When we have a dragon.
That's even better. We don't need me.
We don't have a dragon.
What?
What? No,
What do you mean?
no dragon. No dragon.
What did you lose? Did you lose
Where's
the card
Blueberry?
seeker?
Last night I gave it to the queen.
Oh. I thought we were gonna wait.
We were, but I thought that maybe her safety was important.
Seeker, I think that's grand.
Okay. I mean, maybe after a wyvern fight,
Oh.
but
I mean,
you.
thinking about it now, yes, that's.
But we didn't know that there
I
were.
did not know that there were going to be baby dragons.
I, for one, am glad there will not be a blue dragon sucking the life out of Seeker.
That's
that
true.
part
As am I.
makes me feel better too.
That's true.
I did tell her about that, so maybe she will be.
So that's
So-
why she looked at you like that. Like she liked you
did.
more than you.
Right. We should go. As Disney's like, time to go.
Not at home.
But you guys,
Saved her life
yes.
together.
Why are you getting a bigger nod?
you guys make your way over to.
I'm guessing Hayford's not here.
No, he's not here.
He would be beside himself.
Yeah, he would be like, what?
Good.
What the fuck did you do?
Good.
Best that
Good
he
that he's
did
not
not.
here.
Who are all these people? But no, you guys are able to. You're able to move over to the other platform and find the requisite teleportation circle that will get you to Addersfeld. And you are able to stand upon it. You get everybody together, and same as the magic flares to life, the same sort of purple glow, and your vision goes to white. You feel the same twisting sensation before feet on the ground. You smell immediately two things: the sort of damp, the subterranean smell of the basement in the part of the city where the teleportation circle is, and you smell smoke.
Like sulfur and
Not sulfur,
gunpowder.
but like burning, like
Burning.
something's
Oh, that's
burning.
like your chainmail's in my ribs.
Oh, it's but
It's a fairly small space.
it's
Yes, we're going to have to move quickly.
sorry.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
I like to think that like as more people are going into the circles, it's like boop, 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 and like
Yeah.
people are getting like pushed farther into the wall. Like, get your sword out of my
There's
ass!
something-
It's like people like yelling at one another. And you guys are able to now. This teleportation circle is in the basement of,
It's in the
of a building
basement.
in the slums, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys are in the southern portion of the city. So this is a thing that you guys are aware of.
Mhm.
Kaldur does control
The
this
south-
portion of the
south,
city.
yeah.
So you guys are immediately
In the thick
into
of it.
enemy territory.
Yeah, I put my hood up.
Yay.
Hood up. All right. So
Clutch.
as what is the
Ooh.
plan of action here, guys? As you guys all teleport into this
So
space.
we probably would have let Dizzy know where the circle was in
Mhm.
general,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that it was in the south. That,
Yeah.
so that they and their whole contingent is aware that we are in enemy territory.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to fight on their own, so we're separating from them, right?
Yeah. I mean,
think
if
at
you
this
guys,
point
if you
we-
guys
Well,
like
we're
head
both
out.
going north, right? Because the manor's in the center.
You
So
got-
we could
yeah.
also go with them and like
Okay.
be a stronger force.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
you're-
North,
Yeah,
and then we
that
can
would
split
be
off from them to
Yeah,
better.
you guys are both going north from where
Right.
you are now. This area is kind of like right in the middle of the slums. Actually, I'm going to move you guys over to this is a rough map
Oh.
That's fine.
of Addersfeld.
Oh.
And
Good,
I
all
mean
good.
rough
Me
map
too.
of Addersfeld, just to give us a general sense of the layout.
As in the state.
Yeah.
But
That's
No.
how it works.
Flynn Kellick, you know the city best. Maybe you can guide us through some alleyways that might be.
We can try. We're not as good as you, but we can try. And go
Well, but
find
I don't know the city very well.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar.
yeah, you guys, can you guys see that?
No,
yet?
just drag the little flaggy boy.
I did drag the little
Oh.
flag. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I lied. There you go.
How could you
I
lie?
lied to you. I'm sorry.
Was it a flag?
It's a
What is
slippery flag.
Fancy bookmark.
So where you guys are is like right. You see this lower triangle
That's
that's
funny.
kind of the slums,
Yeah.
shanty
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
That you guys are like in the sort of the just in the upper half, like almost
Okay.
dead center of where what that triangle is.
Mm.
And these are like rough boundary lines of the different quarters and things like that. But the Lord's Manor, where you know that Dizzy and her friends are headed, is in the sort of on the border of the Golden City Center, the Gold Quarter in the city center, more in the city center than it is in the Gold Quarter. And Ironlight Castle is like almost up in the left-hand corner where the Copper Quarter and the Silver Quarter meet.
Okay.
That
So
little
you guys
point.
are both headed north.
Mhm.
Is exactly in that little point. So
Cool.
you guys are both headed north as you guys exit the basement itself and go out onto the streets. A few things avail themselves to you immediately. The smell of you see that there is just ash gently falling from the sky as the various fires and things that have happened are. It's just kind of slowly falling all over the city. The air is acrid with smoke. You can see that there are fires pretty much spread out all over the place in the city. There are some people that are like in this area, but like they're like in houses. They're like holed up. You don't see actually anything immediately threatening when you come out. The slums is apparently an area of the city that's been kind of disregarded because it has little strategic value, and there's no military presence here, or very little.
Okay.
And then also you do see, kind of as you come out, you can see like off in the distance a handful of small, like from this distance, small figures, and where they like as they kind of do these big loops, you see occasional as like fire blooms in their wake. And before they kind of head like circle big round and then head out towards the sort of south eastern portion of the city.
Southeastern or southwestern?
Southeastern.
So they're
Like-
Keldor's on the. Okay, so I have it noted that the northwestern is held by us and the southeastern is held by them. Is that correct?
Correct.
So they're going out.
Yeah,
Okay.
most of
Southwestern, sorry,
the
southwestern.
the northeastern. It's kind of like I can actually draw it for you guys.
Thank you.
The battle lines are like kind of like this. Like that's basically the battle line. If you can see that blue line,
Okay.
that's kind of the rough battle line. Now that being said, it is like siege warfare in the middle of a city, so there are like weird pockets of areas that are controlled. Like Caldor controls some portions of the Silver Quarter, whereas Ondale controls some portions still of the military district. So there are just different pockets of resistance. Everything's scattered, and you guys, I mean, you can. That's the other thing. You hear like shouts, screams, the occasional like.
Got it. So southeastern is the
Right.
Keldor. So I think I had it backwards in my notes.
It's a combination of like eastern and south,
Sure.
like basically eastern and south, and then northern and west is kind of Cal. Or,
I think I had it reversed. So thank
I
you.
probably said it wrong. We've established I've been mixing up my cardinal directions
That's
all
fine.
day.
It's okay.
But you guys, in junction with those, are kind of the things that immediately avail themselves to your guys' senses.
So we want to try and go towards like the Market District Steel Quarter.
Like,
And,
we want to go
Kinda.
north.
Basically,
and
your
northeast.
wanna
guys'
go at the
objectives are
end.
straight north. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna reveal on the map because Dizzy did reveal certain things. So I'm gonna show you guys. I will move certain things to the map layer here. So the blue dot that's just appeared is the Lord's Manor. The red dot that is about to appear is Ironlight Castle. And the
Oh, so it's right
the other
on
thing
the,
that I
it's
think
right
you
on the
guys
line.
can see, because Addersfeld's walls are very tall and you're very close, you see a just gaping wound in the
Yikes.
walls of Addersfeld to the south.
Wow.
That is like, you can see like shattered stone. It looks like somebody just punched a hole through the wall, like some giant colossus broke through, and you can see the breach. As
okay.
it is basically just a little bit west of the southern gate
Oh wow.
of the into the city. It is probably several hundred feet across, and pretty devastating. And then you can see actually, even from your current location, there are like bits of stone and things like that, and holes in roofs where it looks like different pieces of the wall as it exploded have
There was a
even
big-
been flung this
okay.
far. Not any huge stones, but like smaller rocks and things like that have been flung quite a ways.
Cool.
Nothing bigger than about head size. But that is kind of the scene before you guys as you enter into this space and you begin moving northward. So,
do we, is the city center, is there a path through the city center to the Ironlight Castle? Or is it like sort of the Lord's Manor? Is this like kind of impenetrable thing, I guess, like from memory? Or would I know that even?
yeah, when you say path, you just mean,
like, would it be a normally traversable thing, or would it be, maybe considering the current circumstances, normal embargoes would not exist? Does that make sense?
I mean, you would know that, like, hopefully this answers your question. Like going up, there's, all of the major thoroughfares that get you through the city.
Yeah.
It's as to whether or not those are safe or passable is kind of another question.
Yeah.
But there is like a street or a series of streets that would take you from where you are basically straight up.
Okay.
The Lord's Manor itself is like most of the roads in the city. There are basically 4 huge thoroughways that basically almost bisect the city in a cross-like formation that go north, south, east, west. And those are the major thoroughfares of Addersfeld. They're very, very wide streets, and they basically originate at all of the 4 gates and then go straight through to the other one. The Lord's Manor is roughly just off of the intersection of those 4 major roads. But what is at the center of that is like basically the government buildings and capital kind of district of Addersfeld. The Lord's Manor is just outside of that and is kind of a small keep, which is why it's currently being defended. But that's rather the base of operations. The war is still in the streets and in the city center.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
Of course. So, as the troop of about 35 of you begins moving northward, we are going to go ahead and enter into our first skill challenge.
Oh.
You guys have to then accumulate 3 successes before 3 failures. As you guys all move through this space, there are a variety of things that are happening. You can see, again, like the wyverns pinwheeling overhead occasionally, and they are, you can hear like distantly shouts, clashes of combat. So as you guys move through, who would like to contribute first to moving through the city?
I had a thought. I don't. Flynn, you have to let me know what you think. So I would love to just go, Flynn.
Yeah.
You want to scout ahead with me? I don't know where I'm going. I know how to scout, but I could use some help with direction.
Sure, yeah.
And we could go ahead and give directions for the rest. And then I would love to scout ahead with Flynn and like call back and like help clear the way
Awesome.
for the crew.
Heck yeah. Okay. Awesome. So this will be the 2 of you guys together. So one of you can roll an advantage, either a stealth or a perception check as you go forward, trying to kind of clear the way and stuff like that.
Yeah, you said at advantage?
Because you guys are moving together.
Even better.
Ooh.
Even fucking better.
It's like a 32.
Okay, cool. So the first...
Is that a success? Or...
You needed
the army knows where we are.
Yeah, so and one of the things that kind of avails you immediately is like all of these people are pretty well trained. Everybody behind you is like moving relatively silently. They kind of naturally like spread out, and you can see there's a variety of different types here. There's big, broad people. There's small, like or smaller, lither people who are carrying bows and crossbows. There's all kinds of different types of warrior here, but everybody kind of like spreads out and kind of moves in these loose kind of clumps as they slowly kind of do that thing where it's like clear and then they move up and then they clear and then they move up and then they clear. But Seeker and Flynn kind of being out in front ahead of everybody, you guys are able to avoid a couple of run-ins with a few different like military units that are just sort of like idly patrolling. No one engages. It's like one of those things where it's like they're coming and you call back to the group and everybody kind of like just slinks into buildings or shadows or gets down or hides. As engaging here would be counterproductive to the mission. So that is your guys' first success.
If
Now go
I
ahead.
may,
Sorry. Yeah,
while
of course.
while we're up there, just Flynn.
Yeah.
Head on, okay?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot, but head on. We need
No, I'm here.
Okay.
All right. That is your first success. So I would like somebody to roll a d20 for me, please.
Ooh,
It me.
Oh, maybe just by
me.
putting the.
Is I.
Very. Yay.
Just a regular one?
Regular old D20.
That's a 9.
9. Okay.
What does it mean?
As you guys
plain
move
old.
forward, as you guys kind of move forward and begin to move through the streets, Seeker, you kind of come upon this an interesting like intersection of a few different roads.
Yeah.
And as you get closer and closer, you realize that some of the roads have been like blocked off. There's like mounds of rubble and like furniture and things like that have been bashed in, and you can hear up ahead of you like loud booming voices.
Oof.
And as you kind of peek around a corner, you can see like that there's an area of the streets that kind of opens up a little bit, almost into like a rough market square type of an area. And sort of like sitting there in the center, you see a very large figure. You see a hill giant, like dressed in like hide armor and stuff
Shit.
like that, and a collection of ogres that are just kind of like prowling around, like dragging these big flails. And they're just kind of like almost like, and he's like sitting down, like on like a big like a wagon, like the back of a wagon, and he's like kind of fashioned it into like a throne almost. He's like languishing on
This
it.
is my street.
And you see that kind of obstacle ahead of you guys. So we are still in a skill challenge. So how do you guys navigate around this obstacle? You see ahead of you, like the roads open up. You can see that most of the different like side streets and things like that have been piled with rubble. And there's kind of like one way. There's like two ways to get through. One that kind of like forks off to the left and goes a little bit behind them, and then down a side of a bunch of buildings, and then straight through. Those are kind of like your two different options.
Flint, do you have hill giant in your book?
I don't think so. Why?
Peek around here, very very quiet.
Yeah, that's a hill giant.
Yep. I'll rub my ear. Kellic, there's a big hill giant and some ogres up here.
Oh boy. Hill giants up ahead, and some ogres apparently.
Oh. Do we want to fight them, or do we want to go
I
around?
think we should go around.
Right.
Could we put them to sleep?
Good work.
You can.
Those are some pretty big beasts. Normal magic's
No.
not going to do that well at that, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I just thought might be the easiest thing to do.
If
Do you want me to like go up above the building?
Do we catch
and then
up
distract
with
them?
Seeker and Flynn?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys
We'll
are.
probably backtrack.
They
Yeah,
backtrack,
right.
kind of tell you guys,
Yeah.
and you guys like it's like, and Dizzy kind of like issues a quick kind of hand command, and people just kind of
We're
slink
very
into the
quietly
shadows.
talking.
Yeah.
People just kind of like slink into the shadows and like take up posts as they don't want to be just like out in the and about.
I peek my head out from my hood. Do you want me to sneak and distract them from behind them?
I don't want to put you at that much risk. Were they wearing a banner? Do you think they're Caldorian, or do you think they're just looters?
They, interestingly enough, when you saw them, like on the shoulders, they had like a very rough like patch that looked like Caldorian colors.
Pretty
Okay.
sure
Caldor.
Caldorian, yeah.
Well, I could like be really sneaky and distract from behind them, maybe.
Flynn, roll an Iron Light check.
And what do I roll for this?
new
This
kind
would
of
be a roll an
cauldron
intelligence
check?
check and add your proficiency modifier for me.
That's great. Iron Light.
As you kind of try to think back to your Iron Light teachings and hill giants.
Oh no.
Natural 20.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
It's
All
an
right.
Iron Light check, so
7. I
So
think.
27, yeah. So you
If
like
ever there was a
when
time.
he's like saying he's like, do you know anything about hill giants? You're like, no. And then you pull out the book and you start thinking, and you find a few notes that are in there like
Yeah.
of hill giants, and then you start kind of remembering like
I'll
there's
pull
like
out Chad's
those.
book and I'll flip through it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So in Chath's book, you see a section on the various types of giants, because he actually wrote about a bunch of different
Okay.
varieties. Frost giants, and that was where you saw some information about them during Sunplume, the attack on Sunplume. There is also a section on hill giants, and there's like this big note that just, and all it says is like super stupid. and it's just like easily distracted, and like a variety, like very prideful, arrogant. Like there's a lot of like notes on just like hill giants and their demeanor, and basically how dumb they are.
So,
go ahead, sorry.
as I'm flipping through it, I'll just kind of be like, guys, actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, I think I might have something here.
What do you have?
In chat's book, it's saying that hill giants are really dumb, arrogant, and easy to fool and distract. So maybe distracting is a good idea.
Well, I could like go on top of the building, and light some stuff on fire behind them,
Maybe.
or like around the corners, so
Lots
that
of
they
things are on
can
fire.
get distracted. Okay, well, I could do something else.
What was
then.
it?
I
It
don't
was
know.
a
This
hill
was a
giant
big
and then
explosion.
A couple of
What is
ogres.
he
a few
sitting on?
ogres.
What are they doing? Are they sitting? Are they standing? Are they running? What are they doing?
It's kind of a weird throne cart.
Yeah, the hill giant's like sitting in a wagon that is fashioned into a throne, and then there's a few ogres who are like rambling around.
I could like light that on fire from behind him, and then maybe he'll think that it's coming from the other alleyway. And
Or just maybe make some kind of distraction to make them go down an alleyway, and then we can just go around them. So, I don't
Yeah,
know,
I think
Oma,
that's
you're
fine.
quick. Seeker, you're also quick. Maybe you just try and get them to follow you and then circle back around.
yeah, I can do that.
All right.
One
Also,
other thing-
I will consider that your second success on the
Oh,
skill
okay.
challenge.
Oh, nice.
So-
One other, just that might not put us in as much danger. I don't know, Oma, if you're able to make us look like something else, but if they're working for Kaldor, they would take an order from a Kaldorian
Ooh.
leader of some kind.
But that's such a big. I don't know if I want to use that right now. That's a really big.
What
Well,
about
it's a
just
big
one
Just a
person?
thought.
Can we do just one person?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
For me.
It costs the same amount of
Seeker,
energy.
you left your
It'll-
ring right at the...
Can you
Thing,
still
you don't
change
have
into
that.
that girl?
I don't have. I can't. No.
At this point,
I left my ring.
the
I left all
the
my
drow
stuff.
Vextra. Speak when you say like, can you make us? Are you referring to seeming?
Yeah,
I can do that.
but it's
Are you
really
sure?
it makes me really tired. Are you sure you want to do it right now?
In the interest of preserving what lives we do have, I'd rather not throw them away here. So
But I could do something else. I could make little patterns.
you can cast that spell.
Seeming? I can make us all look like different people. Yeah.
Remarkable.
She is.
Okay.
I think though
I
that
could make like patterns of colors behind them. Maybe if they're really stupid, maybe they'll be distracted by the colors. But if you want to do seeming and make somebody give them an order, that's also fine.
Well, I'm
It'd be good to have a Kaldorian soldier with us, so maybe.
I like the seeming idea. If we can do it, and we, as long as it doesn't put you out,
I'll be fine.
it might be a good way for us to just go up there and tell them to leave.
I'm just not as good hand to hand, so I don't really have any weapons. So I
It's all right.
gotta save
All right. Who's going to do the talking?
that one, the big one, the one that kind
maybe-
of looks like you.
Maybe them as well.
Oh,
You guys did a great job last time.
We
Flip.
did.
Hey,
we
we
did.
succeeded.
That's
We-
It's true.
All right. I mean, sure. And
if
I
you're not
have.
comfortable with Thessaly, I can.
Well, no, I was just thinking because I have Kaldorian military experience. I might.
oh, great.
Aye.
Okay, then
That's-
Yeah,
definitely.
why don't you
They're
take the
a good-
lead?
They're a good idea.
And I'll lean to Seeker. Let's go back up to that viewpoint. Keep an eye on them in case things go bad.
Guess they mess up.
And can I borrow that short bow?
Yes. Oh yes. I'll give you the bow.
Do you want to hold mine?
No.
I can call it back. So you probably don't want it.
It's not. It's okay. I got.
All right. So, with that, Vextra sort of she begins to swirl her hands, and you see as these like sort of these silver kind of like runes and things like that begin to like swirl around in front of her, and she, like one by one, they're kind of in this mass, and she like pushes them as each one by one they kind of like waft over each of you.
Not me.
Not you. Okay.
Not me.
So and how many is seeming? It's a few, right?
It's
like
like
It's all of us, so it's something like that, at least.
Is it 8 or 10?
think it's-
Hold please. I've got
Any
it right here.
number- Wait, what? any number of creatures that you can see within range.
1 second.
Wait.
One
if that's
second.
the case.
Any number of creatures, yeah.
Let's just do the
All
whole
30.
fucking
Just
group.
do the
and
whole
Let's
walk
do
in
everybody
there.
and walk past.
Just walk by.
Shit.
Yeah, then
I
we
mean,
might not even need to
It's just an
say anything.
unwilling target can make a save. But
Right.
if
But we're all
But yeah,
Right.
we could just disguise the
That's
whole
crazy.
Yo, I
I
love
didn't know. I
this.
didn't know that.
It's a
That's
super powerful
amazing.
spell, and it literally says in here like you're only limited by your imagination. It's
Yeah,
like whatever.
Let's
That's
fucking
awesome.
do it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I love that.
Okay, so Vexra.
I mean, it doesn't hold up to like physical inspection.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
but-
still.
Yeah.
Vexra like gathers. She's like, everybody in tight, and like everybody again, like, like, gets all tight.
Because it's 30
Soldiers
feet.
behind
30
And then,
feet,
like,
yeah.
and instead of the sort of singular rune, she's like, and she sort of lifts up her hands as this like dome of sort of silver kind of comes down over
Nice.
everybody. And as you sort of watch the line of it as it goes down, you see everybody's features like change as it goes down. And suddenly there is a unit of about 36 dwarven Kaldurian
Yeah, well,
soldiers.
and we, in our
In
costume,
full
our
Kaldorian
outfits
military
change,
garb. And Dizzy just goes, form up, and everybody like snaps into like rigid
Sick.
attention. That is so fucking crazy.
I love
can't
that.
You
believe
can
Wild.
change a target's body type,
Uh-huh.
and you can only make them 1 foot shorter or taller. So, like,
Sure.
our 7.5 foot
Right.
can't become like a.
So
Hobgoblin?
she makes actually
Orcs?
she makes
Ogres.
him she
Yeah.
makes
I don't
Rufus
think-
look like actually she doesn't change anything about
The
Rufus
Minotaur.
other than
Yeah,
yeah,
Minotaur.
he's just a
Yeah.
Minotaur
Just
and
put
she
the
just
Kaldorian
Yeah,
armor.
yeah.
and she turns his like
I
his,
think-
his white fur brown and
Yeah.
Because there are
breaks his
humans who fight
eyes.
for Kaldor. I mean, there
Yeah,
are lots of
there's-
individuals.
yeah,
there's a
Yeah.
variety.
Yeah.
The drow can probably stay in trial. I mean, she can probably stay in trial.
Yeah. But by like overall, just transforms you guys
Cool.
into 36 odd Kaldurian soldiers. So I
Nailed
would
it.
like, as you guys then walk out, I would like a group performance check,
Oh,
please.
performance.
Yes, because as you guys just like walk out and around the corner,
God damn. 23.
23,
16.
16,
Two.
2,
I think that's cocked.
8.
8.
I don't talk.
Maybe not. Here, what do? You put this on it? Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's still a 13.
Performance, okay.
That's
Yeah.
good. You are
All
doing the
right,
talking.
so-
I have charisma.
We're not going to be talking anymore. Now we all
We're
look
just
like.
walking past.
Now we're
Really.
just walking
Okay,
back.
yeah, the DC's not for is very they're very stupid and you guys all look like you belong here. So the DC was not incredibly high. We had enough
Gotcha.
we had more successes than failures, so that's all that
There we
matters. But as like you guys like come around the corner, it's like "Ugh," and the big giant kind of turns, then just like sits back in its languid throne, and just like lets you guys walk past.
Crazy.
Just,
Nice.
So wild.
just like in formation, and that's fucking awesome.
See,
Crazy.
Hell yeah.
So
interesting.
yeah,
DM, if you'll indulge me.
yes, absolutely, always, yes.
just while we're doing this, I'm just gonna nudge Thessaly. Thessaly,
Yes?
I like you.
I know, Kelly. I like you too.
And I will just have a little smile to myself
And I roll my eyes.
amidst all of it.
Amidst all of it. Sorry. So you guys just fucking walk past. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Ridiculous.
cool.
Yay!
I
it's a
forgot how
good spell.
powerful it was. Because if I didn't.
Wow.
I was like 6
I was like, it's
creatures.
not
Yeah.
worth
That's
it
wild.
because I was like,
I
it's
did
not
not
worth
know.
a 5th level spell to do the 6 of us.
Yeah.
But it actually probably would have been worth a 5th level
Totally.
spell.
But you didn't have to do
you
it.
didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
cool that I didn't have to.
She can do it, and like you're like, I'm
Thanks,
tired.
Ezra.
So that is the 3rd success of your skill check.
Yeah.
Waltz fucking past these idiots. But you get to basically a crossroads a short time later, and Dizzy, who now still looks like a dwarf, turns to you guys, and now it's kind of tough because you're having a hard time keeping track of who the hell's who.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody looks different now.
Yeah.
But you see as Dizzy the distinctive voice. All right, this is where we part ways. Good luck.
Likewise.
Yeah. Do you want to drop Vexra? Do you want to drop this or keep it going? Or
And like,
Yeah.
if you guys want it, she can
Well, I think we're kind of at like the border, right?
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
also
be
don't-
trekking into.
We don't want to be
I
looking
don't want
like
the
Eldor.
light to think
You're
that
I don't want
near the
anyone-
border.
Yeah.
You're near the border, and that's the other thing you might get confused. So yeah, you kind of get through that section and then make your way towards. You get through like that section, and you're nearing the border of like the Kaldurian control, like the battle line, basically, where Kaldur and Ondale control. But you, Dizzy says, "Good luck," and then
You too.
Here, and
yes,
Of course.
Smart.
of course, yeah, I have to. Take this ink. You
beauty.
can let us know what is happening. If you need us,
Telescription, yes,
yes,
excellent.
and
I know.
we can
Yeah,
reach
she
you.
knows. Sorry, my say again.
We can reach you. I can't write back, but
You'll hear
Perfect.
me voice in your head. Sure, you've experienced something like it
Or we
before.
can just come back this way, depending on how things are going.
I'm sure it'll all
you
go
know.
swimmingly.
Be safe.
but if you need us,
Maybe.
and I kind of tap my scroll, this will let us know. Which I look at it.
Not yes,
Yeah.
unlit.
Good to know.
I kind of am just like I check this and I
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys, she says, thanks, and then tucks it into like her belt. You kind of go to this crossroads and split off. The bulk of all of the soldiers that she brought heading off towards the Lord's Manor, and you find yourselves sort of alone, just the five of you in the center of Addersfeld. As you guys begin your trek continuing on northward. You get right to kind of the edge, and as you guys get closer and closer, you start to feel that kind of like you hear like the din of battle and things like that as it gets a little bit closer, actually. And you can hear things like just a few streets over, and you guys are starting to be more careful and like look around. You don't see any movement or anything like that yet, but as you come upon this area, you see up ahead of you kind of like a street that kind of goes upwards in a way, like as the elevation changes, and then curves back around. And as you do, you hear like raised voices, and you hear a voice that's like basically says, "Now why would you be making your way this way? Hey, McKaylee, could you join us at the table,
Wait,
please?"
what?
How did I get in here?
Wait,
We done.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Awesome.
Welcome to the chaos.
Yeah, the pure chaos.
Hi.
Hello, hello,
See if I can fit in
hello,
here.
hello.
Excited.
All right.
How is everybody?
Better
I'm so sure.
Yeah, things are a little chaotic
Oh,
at
wow.
the moment.
I'm sure you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, no, we did not. Not me.
Not I.
So cool.
But
Are we all good shape?
everything good? Yeah, how we looking?
Everything good?
Everybody nice and tight, nice and in it
Wow.
together.
Comfortable.
Hopefully you're comfy. All right, so Birdie, as you are up on, so you are up, and you
crazy.
see before you
Worlds
this
collide.
menacing figure that you have been trying to talk your way out of this particular conundrum with.
They're great at that.
I'm so
Yes.
good at talking to people. Yeah, the face.
Behind you is the family that you have been with and that you are attempting to get across this battle line. You got very, very close right before this gentleman. You see before you the red scales and the sort of like strange draconic form, not quite dragonborn, but something else. And his kind of like squad of goons that are just like slowly kind of encircling you. And then you hear him as he says, he looks at you and he goes, "Now, why would you be heading this way? That's north. I mean, surely you could just return to your home and be safe, right?"
I don't got no home though, so this is gonna be the quickest way to safety. You understand, don't you?
But safety is on our side of the lines to be sure. And you guys can like hear this exchange as it's happening.
We can just hear it.
You hear it. As you guys are creeping up a little bit, like, do you guys get closer? Well, I don't want to assume. So what do you guys?
Far away.
I would like to continue my scouting roll and like be moving ahead.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
So I'll
Like,
say
do you-
Seeker.
Yeah,
like,
I'll be
Seeker
helping.
and Flynn. You guys, so you kind of go and like I said, it's like this elevation change where
This
there's
is
like
wild.
a pathway above you,
Yeah.
and then as you go up,
Yeah.
and as you get up to the top, you see before you, you see what does he see, Birdie? If you could describe your character for Seeker.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Birdie is I'm a young half elvish woman with long brown curly hair that I wear in 2 twin braids under a flat brimmed cap. I've got tan skin, heavy scarring from lots of years on the streets, and she's decorated with lots of like flowers and painted elements to her like outfit and stuff, very handmade and handcrafted materials. And the most striking thing about her, of course, though, I've got this crazy scarring that just cuts up into her forehead, across her nose, down her cheek. And in the center of all this like jagged scarring is a milky white eye.
Okay. And behind her, behind this figure, you see, and Birdie, I imagine you're kind of like protectively
Absolutely.
sprayed out a little bit.
Yeah.
You see 3 figures. You see a human male, sort of like a deep like caramel skin, with like long hair that is again tied back in kind of like a loose ponytail. You see like besmudged spectacles that are like hanging a little bit low on the nose, with like a high collared, effectively a medieval equivalent of a turtleneck, with like a high collared kind of like wool garb, and done up in kind of like what looks like scholarly robes. And he has like a book bag that is hung over one side. You see that he has his arm around a somewhat shorter woman, tall, willowy, with like a golden hue to the skin, big round eyes and beautiful eyelashes that are swept up but are also kind of smudged by what actually don't look like ash but more grease, like across their face. And you can see a leather cap with a pair of welding goggles that are on top of it. And then sort of like cowering between them, behind them, you see a young boy, probably not too young, teenager, probably about 14 years old, that kind of looks like a perfect blend between the two adults.
Yeah.
And they are kind of like huddled behind Birdie, as you see a tall, broad figure wearing Kaldurian military garb. You see the back of a head where there are 2 twin horns that kind of curve up, and draconic red scales that are encasing the back of the head. And then you see like a bunch of like kind of scary looking guys that are all well armed, also all in Kaldurian military garb, that are just kind of slowly like cutting off their points of
How many guards did you say
egress. So that's a great question.
Yeah. You know us.
Good to know.
You don't tell us. It's only one.
We gotta
You
That's a
see
good rule of thumb.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a total of 4 that are like that have like swords and are wearing armor, and then 2 who have like longbows that are strapped over the chest. And then in the center you see the large figure.
Can I do something crazy? Go ahead.
So yeah,
Go
Seeker
ahead.
first, then we'll get to Elbor.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, Flynn, I'm going to tell them, and maybe.
Oh, are they ahead of us?
Yeah,
we'll-
yeah,
yeah,
we
so
got
we-
up ahead.
So
You haven't
we
seen
didn't see
this.
this.
No, no,
You
yeah.
can
Not
hear
yet.
the voices, you guys just can't see it yet.
Right.
You're like the rise that you guys are up is like 30 feet. So
Okay.
it's just kind of like a quick like ramp basically that then turns and curves around to the left.
Got it. I thought we were all
But
together.
but yeah, Seeker and Flynn are the only one who get a bead on what's happening.
This looks like a family trying to cross over into this side of the line, and Kaldor's trying to stop them.
Okay, we're coming. There's a family up there. Kaldurian soldiers have confronted a family. We should go home.
All right, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm with you.
So I go to where we watched Flynn and Seeker run off to.
All right. I mean, yeah, they're just ahead of you, so you guys like kind of run up. I mean, are you guys just Going for it.
I'm booking.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, cool. So Birdie, as you're like, I don't have a home. And he's like, the safety's on our side, and he has like this raspy, like gross voice. It's just he just sounds sinister. But you see like a head pop up behind him, and then another smaller head pop up next to him, and then suddenly you hear like the pounding of feet. As are coming around the corner, you see all of them. So if you quick character intros, what Birdie sees, what is available
you see
to her.
a halfling with studded leather armor, like tattered clothes, a backpack with a bow on one side, kind of a crew cut with longer on the top, and tiny little bit of stubble. And as Flynn is kind of walking up, hesitantly following the group as we're going forward.
Yeah.
And next to Flynn, about 6'1", just like really just brown skin, bald head, kind of a elaborate earring around the left ear, a deep, it looks black armor, like a leather, like a very fancy leather armor, and a cape, and some fancy boots. Really fancy. You're like, those don't make noise.
You don't feel you don't hear the pounding of those boots.
Everybody else.
Everybody else. You're like, oh, there's four of them. Wait, there's five. Amazing. Thessaly?
Yes, and then so probably full sprinting coming up is you see a feminine figure, kind of tall, like I'm close to 6 feet, like silvery, sort of like pale skin. And I've got pale blue eyes, and over the left, or right through the left eye, is a vicious scar. Jet black hair still done in the French braid. And I've also got some shiny new armor, but it is quiet, so you hear my feet.
It is quiet.
But you don't hear the jangle
it's
of the
not
plate.
clink.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also very pretty.
You don't see nothing there.
And you hear the shit out of me.
Clank, clank, clank,
I've got a runic breastplate on. The thing is not. I can't control that thing.
Looks
That's great,
sick
though.
It's glowing with some sort of giant sigils, like literally the giant language. And I've got salt and pepper hair, vibrant sort of the word fierce-looking green eyes. My robes. You might recognize the robes of a cleric of Famir. Recently cleaned, although the right arm is missing, and you see a bandaged right arm. I don't know if you'd be able to see all of the detail of it, but yeah. But you also would see a necklace, a tri-ring golden necklace of cleric of Famir.
All
I
right.
also forgot. I
Clanking against the
I have a sword on my backpack, and then you see one shoulder pauldron.
Right,
The two most important things that I forgot to mention.
All right.
Cloak.
Stubble, though. We got stubble.
And the shaved side. Yeah, and the shaved
The
side.
stubble.
And as you guys come barreling around the corner, this figure you see as a half dragon, apparently like a humanoid form, who turns towards you guys.
Okay.
What's this?
Oh.
And then Oma, what are you doing? Because you were like, can I do something? So I want to know.
You're here.
But she's invisible.
Does he have like weapon drawn on like a family?
He's got like his hand on a sword in that lazy, threatening way that someone does.
Yeah, I guess how violent? Because like I want to hold if they don't seem that violent.
He looks like he's enjoying tormenting them.
Nice fucking with him. Okay.
Okay.
Is he
You are
wearing
invisible, right? Yeah.
a rank of Caldor of some kind or anything like that? Is he in? Yeah.
Yeah. He is like, as far as the insignia, so like he has the same sort of like the hammer with the city outlined on it, and you can see what look like a few notches of rank underneath it.
Okay.
He's probably like kind of a what would effectively be like a squad leader or a captain, like very like. Yeah, not a
like
first day guy, but head of this squad, maybe a few others.
I like whisper to the group, I have like a really, really serious thing I can do, but it won't hurt any of us or any of the family. But I don't know how bad it'll hurt them.
I mean, I guess they haven't done anything, but Would you all mind if I tried something?
Sure. Please
By
do.
all means.
All right.
But I'm going to be right behind you.
All
I'm
right.
gonna walk forward,
Okay.
knowing I'm not wearing anything.
I was gonna say he looks it over all of you, but none of you bear any
Yeah.
particular.
Now,
Except
Famir.
He's got
I
Famir.
do.
and also,
Laurus.
but my tattoo is not showing right now.
Okay.
Oh
Would
shit! Does he
Kellic
clock
hide
it?
the-
But he's got his arm too.
Yeah.
Kellic has his
That's
arm.
the other thing.
Kellic
Kellic has his arm.
Yeah, since you have the
Kellic
arm.
has
it's
his
good.
arm.
Does it confuse him into like a rage? Yeah. he just-
I just rolled the d20.
Do we want him or
for the
not?
moment, he like clocks it, but then looks at the arm and is like. And then you step forward, and his attention kind of snaps to you as he's like looking at all of you guys. It's very. He's like everybody. All the hands go to the weapons.
Mm.
What can I help you with?
Hands on your weapon. Are you going to attack me?
Well, I don't know who the fuck you are, so.
Oh, well, I'm about to pull rank on you because I just got sent in as a lieutenant from the Fatal Reserve for an extraction. Does this seem to warrant your efforts? Isn't there fighting somewhere else?
Nestle, make an intimidation check.
She's pulling rank.
Yo.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
The internal battle inside me for saying that, I hate myself so much.
Right.
You're saving a family. You're saving a family.
It's for the family. It's for the family.
Pretty cool.
Oh shit.
We're trying not to kill everybody, so it's
Intimidation?
working.
Intimidation.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
I'm here for it.
Okay, that's a 19.
Yeah,
19.
she's scary. They're scary. Super scary.
The face goes like.
Do you want to piss off Captain Boston?
I'd rather not. And he just like signals wordlessly, and the seven of them
Hey.
just go away and like ride off in the direction of combat and what they hear. And you are left. I can't believe you just fucking did that.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
There's a myriad of emotions on my. As soon as they're like away and far off, I'm like, we need let's move into a building or something. I don't
Who
want them to
the
realize.
hell
that-
are you? Are you Caldorian?
No.
What the hell?
That
I'm
is a ruse.
sorry. Can we move into a
Very good
building,
one.
please? Can we move
Hey,
into a building to
Do
get
you want
this
to
family
get on
out
this
of-
side? Let's go.
Yeah.
We
Before
should
they
keep
realize
going
that I was
to the-
lying.
Where were you trying to get?
The Iron Light Castle.
All right, let's keep going there. That's
Well-
where we're going.
All right.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's where we're going.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You are?
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Birdie.
Hey, we can
Hi,
do this
Birdie.
on
I
the
know,
move.
but I'd like to know what to shout when I'm telling them to dodge a wise
we're
and
moving.
fireball.
We're moving. As we're moving.
Yes, as we're walking, as we're walking.
Honestly.
You work.
Yeah.
The rest of you respond to that.
All right, I'm Flynn. I'm Flynn. Hi.
Sika.
Simply wanted to know the name.
Okay,
Definitely.
heading
No,
off. Heading off
actually-
the scout
no,
toward with
actually.
Flynn. Come on.
Okay, yeah, as long as you're not gonna like arrest me, that's
No,
what I'm looking for.
Fair rest.
Oma.
What the hell?
Just an invisible voice. Like
That's
just a
Oma.
voice.
She does
If you
that.
don't see and it's a voice, it's Oma.
Okay. What?
Don't worry about it. Let's move on. I'm Kellic.
Hi.
Sorry, I took the time to introduce myself. Move.
Yeah,
No,
I'll just make
It's
sure.
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I'll make sure the family's like good. They're like are able to follow us. They're able to keep up and all that stuff.
Yeah,
maybe
they're
you were
all
scouting.
like they're all just like white faced in fear and confusion.
Yeah.
And they like Alder, the human male, just looks to you, Birdie. He's like, are we going with them?
I think it'd be better if we're in a group than not alone. Yeah.
Marcellus, come on. And
If I can,
Yeah.
wordlessly,
Yeah.
I will just like indicate the symbol on my chest, which is the reason I have not hidden it during this,
Awesome.
is to just be like, I'm beating
Nice.
a hope, baby.
Okay. All right. You
Yeah.
see, as the males, he says, "I'm Alder Blackwood. This is my wife Marcella, my son Marcellus," and he clocks the symbol. Okay, and like you see a visible relief come over his face as he kind of looks at all of you guys, and now immediately knows which side you're on.
Yeah, seeing that relief, I'll turn to Seeker. All right, ready to go up?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead.
Be safe up there.
All right.
Always.
As the two of you head forward to scout and introductions are made, we're gonna pick up here next time, gang. Welcome to the table, Bernie!
And also, can we keep going?
Thank you for joining us for this for our adventure. I wish we could have got any more time at the table, but that's okay. There will be more. There will be more.
The best.
Anytime is good time. Anytime is good time. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Awesome. Good job, gang. Thanks.
Wow.
There's
so much happening. Sneaky boy.
The pizza's on the chair.
I was like, is he talking in this room? I literally thought you were talking to someone. I thought you were talking to a character.
Hey nerds, Rebecca here. If you're enjoying Venture Forth, please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, and make sure to tell your friends. If you're interested in going the extra mile, please check out our Patreon link in our description to support the show and get access to exclusive bonus content. Bye, nerds.